During break at work one day, I wanted to send for food, only to open my bag and realize that the money was no longer there.
We
I
need
personally
to
put the
talk
money in the
about this
bag myself
seriously.
that morning. How did
It's
it disappear?
important.
After searching frantically for it, I just thought that maybe it must have fallen on my way to work. As I didn't drive that morning, I took public transport. But that was the beginning of several missing money from my bag. But one day, I received a call from Jason, my son's school. It was his principal. And she said they had found 17,000 naira with Jason and he was spending recklessly at the talk shop. It was then I knew that it was Jason who had been stealing my money. I immediately picked the phone and called my husband and explained everything to him. He was mad because he had also been missing some money and we never thought that Jason
We
would steal
need
our
to
money.
talk
He lacked
about this
nothing. We gave him
seriously.
everything he needs
It's
and even some things
important
he
for
wants, we
our
oblige
future.
him. Trust my husband. On his way back from work, he bought a new belt. When he got home, he gave Jason
We
the
need to
beatings of his
talk
life
about this
and made him promise that
seriously.
such a thing would
It's
never happen again.
important.
And true to his word, Jason never stole any money from the house again. We thought that was the end of the whole problem. But as the saying goes, there's no smoke without fire. A new boy had joined the class and he introduced most of the boys into substance abuse. So majority of the monies Jason was stealing from the house went into buying the substance. Yes, Jason stopped stealing money from the house, but that wasn't the end. He was already far gone into taking the substance and he just couldn't stop like that. So this same friend of his took him to one of the dealers of the substances and they made Jason one of their distributors. So anytime Jason goes round to distribute the substance, they wouldn't give him cash, they would give him the substance as his payment. This continued without our notice for years. I don't know how Jason did it. He played his game well and we never suspected a thing. Occasionally, we noticed he was acting strange, but we thought it was just part of growing up. And then again, even when he started emaciating, we thought it was just normal with young boys his age. But during dinner one day, Jason began to act really strange. He was shaking uncontrollably, and before we knew it, he began to throw up and he fell into a seizure. We rushed him to the hospital immediately. It was there that the doctor told us he had overdosed on some substance. I tried to argue, Jason overdose. Doctor, please check him very well. I kept on arguing, but the doctor showed me the syringe marks on his arms and his thighs. It was then I knew what we were up against. I fell to the chair and began to cry. I immediately felt like a failure. His father just stood looking at the doctor, completely speechless. He didn't know what to say. And that was the beginning of our many hospital visits. In the last 8.5 years, we have been in and out of 4 different rehabilitation centers. And the worst is not yet over. Please, parents, there's no smoke without fire. For every misbehavior you find in your children, especially when it just begins to happen out of the blues, please get to the bottom of it. Don't be in a hurry to punish your children. Find out the root of where that misbehavior is coming from. If we had taken time to find out what Jason was doing with all of those monies he was stealing from us, and we were not so focused on punishments and beatings, we probably wouldn't be here today. No smoke without fire. Always get to the fire and quench it.